Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel where we bring you the latest updates from the football transfer market, and starting off then with some news on Nottingham Forest. And we know Nottingham Forest are going to be in the market for a forward after the Anthony Elanga exit. Let's wait and see as well what happens with Morgan Gibbs-White, but they are going to be in the market for a new forward, Nottingham Forest. And one thing we can say is Nottingham Forest are pushing to sign Ndoye from Bologna. And agreement has been reached on personal terms between Ndoye and Forest over a 5-year deal. So a 5-year deal until June 2030. But we also know Napoli also have an agreement on personal terms. Let's wait and see if Napoli do pursue a deal, because we know they signed Noah Lang. So let's wait and see if they do. But Ndoye is fully open to an exit from Bologna this summer, and a bid is expected from Nottingham Forest soon, because we know Nottingham Forest also were pursuing a deal for Yohan Wissa, but as we know financially now it's going to be a very tough deal after Emblemo is set to join Brentford. So one to watch, definitely Ndoye, an option for Nottingham Forest. Agreement has been reached and a bid expected soon from Nottingham Forest. As known then, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract with Saudi Sad Al Qadsiya did get terminated last week, and now he is set to join Olympique Marseille on a permanent transfer, and it's a free agent as we know he is, and he will sign a contract until June 2027, as Marseille were always open for Aubameyang's return after they knew the situation with the contract being terminated, but lowering the wages was key, which has happened. So Aubameyang is set to return to Champions League football this season, and Al Ettifaq also made a late approach for Aubameyang, but Aubameyang said no, and he wanted to return to Marseille this summer. So Marseille and Aubameyang reunited. Manchester City then. And first of all, we're going to talk about Ederson. So Galatasaray are interested in Ederson this summer, and we know Ederson last summer Saudi clubs were interested, and he was close to a move to there, and the feeling has been this summer that Manchester City are open to an exit of either Ederson or Ortega, and there is a possibility that one of them could leave. And Galatasaray this summer are looking for a new goalkeeper. If they've inquired over various keepers, Jan Sommer we know, but these currently not pursuing a deal, but the interest is there in Ederson, and initial talks have taken place recently on player side. So no club-to-club talks at the moment between Manchester City and Galatasaray over Ederson, but on player side initial talks have taken place, but no offer has been made to the player. There was reports that an offer was made to Ederson, but this isn't the case. So no offer has been made, just initial talks. And Ederson as well, you get a feeling that he is also open to a move and a new adventure this summer, moving away. But let's wait and see what goes on with Ederson, if they pursue a move, Galatasaray or not. But Galatasaray will definitely sign a new goalkeeper this summer. Manchester City then, if either Stefan Ortega or Ederson do leave the club, Manchester City will look for a new goalkeeper. And Manchester City recently have considered activating the buyback clause for James Trafford. And we know James Trafford left a few seasons ago with Bolton on loan, and then he made the switch to Burnley. So James Trafford, let's wait and see what happens on this. But the buyback clause for James Trafford's return to Manchester City is £40 million. So Manchester City are not keen on paying this buyback clause, but the interest is there in James Trafford, who we know is a top target for Newcastle United goalkeeper, but this is a feeling for why a deal hasn't been progressing between Newcastle and Trafford, is because he is waiting for Manchester City's final decision. But as I said, Manchester City are only expected to pursue a deal for a new goalkeeper or James Trafford in case if Ederson or Ortega leave. So let's wait and see, but one to watch definitely is James Trafford and Manchester City. Marcus Rashford then set to join FC Barcelona on loan from Manchester United. An agreement is now in place for a loan with a buy option. Because we know Barcelona with left wingers this summer, they were pursuing Nico Williams, but then Williams signed a new deal. Then they were pursuing Luis Diaz. The Luis Diaz deal is too expensive. So then Marcus Rashford, whose dream this summer was always to join FC Barcelona, and this dream has now came true as Rashford had approaches from other clubs, etc. But he has waited for Barcelona, and now he is set to join on loan. And the loan does have a buy option in it, and this buy option is worth 35 million euros. And from what I know, Manchester United want about 10 million euros more than this, but Barcelona managed to get it down to 35 million euros. So that is a buy option, and FC Barcelona will also cover the full salary of Marcus Rashford, but Rashford is believed to have lowered his salary. So Barcelona get themselves a new left winger, one of the top priorities. We also know that they were looking at potentially a new right back this summer, so let's wait and see what Barcelona do after. But finally, they get themselves a new left winger to increase competition in the forward line for Barcelona, and Marcus Rashford gets his dream move to Barcelona. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.